Alrighty, so this is Massive Effect, massiveeffectmarketing.com. We take your website from this and make it like this. Today we're taking a look at bodybydesignpt.com. So, where do we even begin? So these folks do personal training down in the Tampa Bay area. And let's just digest this website and see what's wrong, which is quite a bit, and see what we can learn. So first things first, if you don't have a security certificate on your website, you've got to get one. This is an example of a website that doesn't have one. If we click on that, it's going to say connection not secure. And if we go over here, we click on this, connection secure. If you're in a Chrome or Safari or Microsoft, it looks a little different. Long story short is Google will give you a penalization, albeit a slight one, for not having your security certificate. So go ahead and get it. Some providers give them for free. Over at 1&1 Ionos, they give you your SSL security certificate for free, so no worries on the price. But then over at GoDaddy, they charge you about 80, 90, possibly 100 a year for your thingy, but it's worth it. You need to have one. Two reasons. One, you'll avoid the penalization from Google, and when the prospect lands on this page and they're scrolling through, they see this continuously, and it's just not a good thing to show people. You want to build trust. You don't want to give people any possible reason to not trust you, all right? People don't even notice it anymore when it's like this and clean and clear, right? But this is like in your face. Even though it's quite small, it's still in your face. Everyone notices it. So it's all about building trust online. You can't have anything like this that's going to build distrust. So first things first, right? Let's get the security certificate. Next, I want to press Control U, pop open the hood here, and look at the source. We're in the matrix. This is the title. So Google looks at this, and you actually see a snippet of it right up here. All right, you get a preview of the title, and the whole title is visible right here. So let's just take a look at this. It's pretty darn long. It's actually so long that Google won't read all of it. How many characters is this? Let's pop open Word. Ooh, how do you do that? I don't think you can see it on my screen. Let's go to Review, Proofing, Word count. 85 characters. All right. So I think you should go for about 70, possibly 65. I forget the exact number. You can Google it. So the point is, if your title is too long, Google's actually going to cut off the end. Google's not going to look at the last characters. So that's why it's very important to have your title the right length. This is really important for your SEO, for your search engine optimizations, for your ranking in the Google. Having your title crafted properly is key. All right, so I'm stressing this right now. It's too long, so these are going to get cut off. And personal trainer, ironically, is his main keyword. It's actually going to get cut off, or part of it. So that is a huge mistake on their part. This is what they're trying to rank for, and they got so greedy putting in all their locations that they're actually going to lose the main word they're trying to rank for. Other things that's wrong with this title is the first words in the title carry the most weight. So in fact, personal trainers, if you really want to rock, needs to be at the beginning, not at the end. So this is putting most emphasis on body by design, which isn't a bad idea, but a better one would be this. Let's just do this title. We put personal trainers, body by design. Kind of like that. And if they want to put that, um, I was going to say they put best personal trainers, but that just sounds so, I don't know. Yeah, this is much better. Something like this, all right? Pretty simple. So then this needs to be done on every page of the website. So we go to About Us, open it up, press Control U. Oh my goodness, what is this? Type in Control F, type in title, and pretty decent. We got About Us, company name, and then Tampa's blah blah blah. Pretty good title. So then you actually have to go through every page and do the titles. And you want the title to describe what the page is about. So on philosophy, you know, you would mention some of their mission statement points in the title. It's kind of summarizing the page in one sentence. That's what you should think of when you think of the title. Let's do Control U on the team page, Control F, type in title. And oh my sweet Lord. Yeah, this is the title and it's way too long again. This is the title that they had on the home page, if you recall, right? So we take this and we copy it. That was the original one from the home page. And this is the same thing, but instead they have the team. All right. It's basically the same title. You don't want to do that. You want to have every title be different considerably. So, you know, they should talk about the team. What are some different ways you can, you know, different words that you use for personal trainer, right? There might be some variations on that. Coach could be one of them. Fitness coach. Our fitness coaches, you know. The thing with SEO is you want to say the same thing in a variety of different ways. So personal trainer, don't just be personal trainer, personal trainer, personal trainer. You've got to do your keyword research to find out what are the other ways people are communicating that same concept. So, you know, fitness, whatever. Personal trainer isn't the only one, although it's the main one. You want to have some broad coverage. So that title needs to be redone. Anyway, I think you get the idea. We won't go on and on and on. But this is very important for your ranking in the Google. And that's just 1 point titles. This page is really good for Google, this testimonials page, because it has heaps and heaps of words. It's got a lot of wordage. You know, maybe a couple thousand, maybe 1,000, 1,500 words on this testimonial page. You can never have too much text, all right? The more, the better. You can never have too much text. 3,000 words on a page, 5,000. You'll see some pages that have 5,000 words ranking #1 in Google. And it's because they have so much great content. People love it and people link to it. That's not going to happen with your testimonial page, but Google's going to love it. If we come on down to articles, I guess this is it right over here. That's quite a bit of content, so respect on their name for making all this content. I don't know how frequent it is, how frequently it's done. Are there any dates? Oh, sweet Lord. February 2010. I was in Taiwan, in Kaohsiung, February 2010. My Lord. That was a long time ago. Looks like the blog could be resuscitated. Looks like it's a little out of date. But this is great content. You definitely want to be creating content like these guys, but you need to continuously do it. You want to have, you know, minimally a page a month every year after year after year. Ideally a page a week. That's how you should really be doing it. A page a week is pretty good. That's 50 pages a year. You're really going to differentiate yourself from the competition. This is kind of funky down here. This is a little bit of gray hat SEO. And by that, I mean it's some SEO practices that are not basically against the rules, but not horrible, like questionable. Not evil, but definitely not what a pro would do, because Google could penalize this. Gray hat is anything you do that's kind of iffy that you could get penalized for. So what they're trying to do is they really want to tell Google, hey, when you're thinking about Hyde Park or Davis Island, Tampa Bay, South Tampa, we have everything to do with that. And that's why we're going to write this so many times. And let's see if this is on their other articles. Let's see if they're putting that at the bottom of them. Health news. Oh, look, there it is again. Sweet Lord. Let's do another one. Yeah, look at that. April 2009. So this is a kind of a boilerplate, you would call it. It's being repeated on the bottom of every blog entry, and that is no bueno. This is called keyword stuffing. Don't want that. Tampa personal trainer. Yeah. So you don't want to do things like that. That's some old school aggressive SEO, which isn't surprising because back in 2009 you could get away with things like that. But anyway, not anymore. Moving along, more articles. We're just poking around. Okay. So I think we checked that out. Other things. We're on this article page. Let's press Control U. Control F, type in title. Good, they're using the title of the article for the title of the page. That's great. Type in Control F, type in H1. We've got their heading 1. So this is the main heading for the page, and it's formatted as a heading. That's great. They should also throw in some subheadings, some H2s, some heading 2s, heading 3s. That would be good as well. It's not a huge deal. You're not going to, it's not going to make you go number 1, but it's just one of the right things to do. SEO is all about doing 100 different things that give you a 1% advantage, just so you know, and that's one of them. So let's get some subheadings in here, and then you can put your keywords in the subheadings. So that's important. Let's go back to the home page, and I want to do Control F, type in personal trainer. Wow. So I'm trying to get a sense of the keyword density. We only have 3 matches, which is pretty conservative. It's actually too conservative. So personal trainer is 3 times. What about fitness? Only twice. Tampa. There we go, 21. So they're all about Tampa. They're pretty chill. I'm impressed. It's definitely under optimized as far as keyword density. Let's close these off. Let me show you one that's over optimized. What's that landscaping? What was it? Clearwaterlandscaping.com? Yeah, no. Well, I can show you our classic favorite, which, you'll get the point. Electrician, 76 matches. It's because of all this. So this is too dense, right? You don't want to have that much density. Google doesn't publish how dense your keyword, how your keyword density should be, but I kind of like to think 1 keyword per paragraph. So if I had 10 paragraphs, personal trainer, possibly 1 per paragraph-ish. It's kind of a rough estimate. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean you can't also have different keywords in there. So you could have like Tampa and personal trainer in every paragraph. Do you see what I'm saying? You could do that. But you gotta get a sense of it and look at it. You always want to underdo it. You never want to overdo it like this, because you can get penalized by Google. Google will actually reward this, and then one day it'll cancel you. You don't want that, so you always want to be conservative with your SEO. Let's come back to the home page here. Amount of text is also really important for your Google. Like I said, I think we have, we might have 500 words on this page, maybe 400. You can definitely do with more. The site has a lot of content, so that's pretty good. But you need to have, if you want to dominate, honestly, you should have 1,000 words per page, including the home page. Text is everything to Google. That's what Google is looking for. It's not looking at images, it's not looking at video, although it actually does. If you have video, it'll put that in the search results. But as far as ranking, as far as understanding what your website is about, text is super important. So you got to have heaps and heaps of text. So don't be shy, 1,000 words per page. And on your blog entries, I mean, you can go for 2,000, 3,000, you can go all in. We're not even talking about design. Those of you who watch my videos, you might be wondering, when is he going to talk about the design? How come he's not mentioning the design? It's a design disaster. God help us. I thought I'd switch it up a little bit today and do SEO. But yeah, believe you me, there's a lot we could talk about design-wise. We could talk for half an hour about design. Maybe we'll save this for another one. We'll talk about design, but for now, we'll keep it in the SEO universe. Yep. So then coming back, let's just do Control U on the homepage, do Control F, type in H1. They have 3 H1s. So for those of you who wish to stay in shelter in place and see channel 13, and where's the next one? Join the body newsletter. So you don't want 3 heading 1s. So this is a heading 1, and apparently this is apparently this is also a heading 1 in the code, and join, this is a heading 1 as well. So you don't want that. You only want 1 heading 1 per page as far as Google's preference for how you do your data hierarchy. The H1, the heading 1, is the main heading for the content. It's kind of just how the title up here describes the content of the page. The heading 1 also describes the main idea of the content of the page. So only 1 heading 1 per page. So that is a mistake that needs to be rectified. Let's also check heading 2s. No heading 2s. A couple heading 3s. That's cool. So there's a few heading 3s in there. That's decent. Okay. There's a bunch of other things we can take a look at, but that's kind of beyond today's video. Today's video is just a little overview for the SEO. All in all, got a lot of good things on this website, but there's definitely some fixes and some optimizations to be made. If you have a website and you want to be loved by the Google and you want to be up there at the top and getting all those organic searchers clicking and going to your website, come on down to Massive Effect Marketing. We will sort out your SEO, make it go from that to that. I have been doing SEO since all the way back in the day, all the way back in the Dizzle, 2003. And we do things all according to the rules, everything by the book, nothing weird, everything white hat, nothing gray, nothing black, following the rules, because it's not worth it. You can actually get some quick gains by doing some aggressive SEO, but the whole thing is you want your website to be loved by Google for years and years and years, for as long as you're in business. So it's all about the long game with doing SEO. The right way is slower, but you're going to be in business because you're not going to get penalized. Because Google will review once in a while, and it will smack people who are being too aggressive with their SEO. So come on down, massiveeffectmarketing.com, and we will check you out. Put your website in the comments. Put a link to your website, and we can do a little video and tell you what's good and bad so you can know what is up. Alrighty, so until then, thank you very much, and take care.